Alright, here we go, guys. It's been a couple weeks, I reckon, since we made a video. This one is a 17-inch 25cc Craftsman gas weed whacker trimmer slash edger. This one turns over. I don't know if it has any spark, but it turns over. Feels like it's got good compression. It's got the adjustable shaft on it where you just pull the button, you know, and it turns it so you can edge. Makes it nice. I mean, it's got the piece there, you loosen it up, you know, so you can adjust your handle where you want it. This one, did notice a couple problems with it right off the bat, but it couldn't beat it for the price. It was half price, so it put it at $6.06. It's the last Tuesday of the month. You can see the throttle, how it's stuck up, and the carburetor definitely has some issues. It's one of the first things we noticed when we seen the car, but then seen this. And now when I get this off, I'll show you why this is like that. You'll be, you can't see it with the cover on, but we'll make that off real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. This thing definitely had, whoever the person was that donated it, definitely had some carb issues. And get this cover off so we can get some room here. So they definitely had it apart. So about 100% positive. The carburetor's trash. The only good and bad is at least I have one I can test it with. So I had the one I got together. I was going to give it away. Hey, air filter. And the people decided they was going to go ahead and buy a new one. You know, whatever works for you. You know, the good old stimulus money, I reckon. But anyway, they didn't go into details. I didn't want no details, but you know, what beats free, right? If you want to spend the money, spend the money. None of my business. But this, I'm hoping this one runs. It's adjustable shaft. You can use it to edge and everything else. And actually, the one spool I was showing you a while back, I got for, it's sitting here somewhere. Oh, it's up there. It's $1.91. Brand new spool in the package for a Craftsman. Actually fits this. Spool on it's good, so I don't have to worry about changing it, but it just goes to show, I mean, $1.91 for a $20 spool. Okay. So the carb, actually let me see if I can get that one screw back in to hold it in place so I can show you. I missed it. Oh, come on now. There we go. I'm zigging when I should be zagging. Okay. I'll get that to hold that in place so you guys can see this cable. Now some of these, this just happens to be one of them. I've only had a couple of them like this. The cable, there's actually a hump there that it rides on. You can see that or not. Hopefully. But here's the cable. Let me see here. Keep my fingers out of the way. But you got a hump right here. I got this all out of whack. Okay. So here's the cable. Runs your throttle, where it goes up. The carburetor set in place, but the cable that runs down to the throttle trigger is right here. And there's a hump. It's just plastic. It's right here. That cable right here, you can tell they definitely had it apart. The cable is underneath the hump. It's supposed to be over the hump. So if it's over the hump, then the trigger would be, the throttle trigger would be down where it's supposed to be. So they definitely had it apart. And here's the other thing, back out, is they definitely had the carburetor screwed up. It was missing a screw where the primer ball goes. Right here. So it was missing a screw, and I didn't have one that would fit it, so out of curiosity I took this screw out to put in that hole, and somehow they had the thread screwed up. So I don't know what's wrong with this carburetor. It could have just been, you know, a diaphragm in the bottom, could have just been a leaky gasket, and it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell where they had it apart. Maybe they just had it off trying to fix the primer ball or replace fuel lines, because it had no fuel lines on it when I got it. Naturally, no gas cap coming from the thrift store. You can see there the gas cap's gone. No fuel lines, the primer ball's gone, and the threads in there are definitely stripped out on the carb. So the good thing is, I guess, we have the other carburetor. I think it was the one, yeah, it's the one I was showing you. We had that green feather light. I still got to get a carburetor for it. It's for a 25cc, and so hopefully it'll fit on here. If it fits on here, we'll try to fire it up and see if she runs. And if it runs, I'll order a carb for it, and make a good weed eater for somebody. And the problem I ran into, carburetors used to be dirt cheap. Actually, I mentioned that to somebody on one of the comments, because the carburetors used to be real cheap. It was like $5 or $6 for a weed eater carburetor, and now depending on which one you need, they definitely went up. So the one for this one is, I believe, close to $20, and I think it was like 15, but it came with a couple out, you know, I think the one for 15, it was 15 or 18, but it came with, what all did it come with? It came with 2 primer balls, depending on which side, or, you know, whichever you had set up. I don't know why it done that. You think it just had one on it, but it came with the carburetor, a ball on it. Oh, that's what it was. It came with a ball on it and a spare, and I think a new air filter. And they had one for, I think the kit was 22 or 23. That came with air filter, the carb, 2 primer balls, fuel lines, and a spark plug. So depending on how it runs, you know, see what we're going to do. But you can definitely see where it's had somebody done some cranking on her. This is probably the, let me show you these here. They got that, or they was pulling with their opposite hand. You can see, there we go. You can see it. That's all from pulling the rope. So he was doing some yanking on her. But we'll get to it. I'll get that other carburetor off, and like the other ones, these ones are pretty sure it's the same as these. I think it might even actually have the same curve on the line. I'm not positive. I have to get it off and check it out. I had a couple other ones, but they are definitely trash. That might be able to, I have to look into it. Might be able to re-tap it. I mean, you never know. It could still be good. I'll look into that some other time. And I will get this other one apart and we'll get it on. I'll be right back. Alright. So we got the old carb off. Went ahead and had to put, the other tank wouldn't fit this one. This one snaps on instead of taking the 2 screws in the back. So I was just going to switch the tank and the carb, make it a little easier, but I had enough left over from 2 different kits to fit the tank. So we went ahead and put new fuel lines in it. The carb's really close to being the same. It's just a couple digits off on the part number. And so we'll get her on there. And now you can see what I was talking about. If I can get out of the shadow. The cable, how it's underneath. This is how it was when we got it. It was underneath here and hooked to the carb. They're supposed to be over, and rides over the plastic and hooks to the carb. So you have the throttle trigger stays down where it should be all the time. So we got to make sure we get that right. And one bad thing is I do not have the some people call them filters, some of them call them stone to drop onto the bottom of that fuel line. Do not have one. So thankfully the tank on the inside looks pretty good. So I'm not too worried yet about that being an issue. Okay. Get that on there. Sits flat. And there's no pins. Yeah. So you have 2 pins for it to ride on. As soon as I can find them. Just hoping that gasket, it looks okay, but it's not perfect. And get the cover. Stay. Stay. What do I do with the long screw? There it is. Gotta make sure we got the choke. And that's right, so the gasket would be double. That's my fault. That's why it looked funky. Yep, because it stayed on it. Okay. That part is a little different. So, let's see. Might be screwing up. One piece. Alright, we'll try this old one. Worst it'll do is not work. Oh, and I was thinking that one kit, if you get the good kit, it comes with I have to double check myself because these are just kits that I find on eBay. Come on, sit in there. There we go. But it comes with new gaskets. That part I did forget about. So it does come with the new gaskets, but I think that's the $20-some kit. Which I guess if you're going that far with it, then might as well. Alright, template set in place. Yep, cable's still good. Remember, don't over tighten them. I've got the dog going. Oh, good and snug. Alright. So everything's good and snug. Trigger's releasing. Oh, get over here where you can see it. This is what I was talking about with the trigger assembly. You see now it's down, and with the cable, if the cable goes over the hump, then the trigger stays up. There's no tension on it. So, but now it stays down like it should. So hopefully we is on the right track. So I'll get the fuel lines hooked up, get some gas in it, and get a cap on it. So we'll get the fuel lines hooked up, get the cap, some fuel, the air filter, and everything back on. It's dark out, but we're going to try this. What time is it? 9 something at night. But we'll try it anyway. That's why the neighbors love me so much. Alright, let me get this together. We'll get it outside, see what happens. Alright, here we go. Everything's hooked up. It's got fuel in it. We're behind Big Rick, which if no one knows who Big Rick is, that's the black K5 we're working on. So Big Rick has a LED light in the back window, so we're going to turn that on and see if that helps us see a little better. I hope. Hopefully that helps. Oh, that lit it up a little better. Alright, I haven't tried to start this or anything yet. Just put the gas in it. Just brought the camera and the tripod out. So let's see what happens. Hopefully it starts. Okay. Still gotta get it, see if it'll prime up. I mean, I guess I could have tried that at least. Oh. There we go. She's priming. Should be at least enough to see if she kicks. Make sure I got you guys in camera view. I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it is like what, 9:20 at night in the high 20 temperature range. I don't know how well this is going to go. Now, I think, yeah. I think I heard it kick. Uh-oh, now we're in trouble. Well, guess we're not doing much without string. Oh, come on. There we go. I ain't gonna let it run too long because I don't have anything in there to filter the fuel. And so I'm afraid it's not gonna come up in the carb. Hell, she runs great, man. Full spinning good. See, I figured it was half price, so I put it at $6.06. It costs been maybe 20 bucks, I guess, on a carburetor. So you got $26 wrapped up in a perfectly good 25cc 17-inch. Here's what the other end looks like. How it's got the bar on it to do edging. So it's a trimmer, edger, so it's got the bar. This spool right here, thrift store, picked it up brand new in the package. I don't think it really needs replaced, but even if it didn't need replaced, it's $1.91 from the thrift store. So I have that. So bad thing is I'm going to have to leave this in the shed overnight. My wife will kick my ass, so I have the whole basement smelling like fuel going up through the vents. So I'll put that in the shed before I go in. Now this is going to be a project. Is that in the camera? Oh yeah, this is the one. If you guys seen the video, this is one of them anyway. I found those three. Somebody was throwing them out, and this is one of the three. Never tried doing anything with it. This is the one that get down here where you can see it. This is going to be a job just to do, just to see if the engine runs. I'm sure I could build a stand just to throw the motor on, try to get it to run, but of course that wouldn't be no fun. But you can see here, not enough light. Let me get you around in the light. show you how bad this is. Actually, look at that. Alright, so she's ate up pretty bad. It's actually the whole front. It goes from the side where whoever the people was that had it, they threw a piece of sheet metal with some self-tappers on it. So that's gone. All the way around the front to right behind the front wheel. This side over here, you can see it's all gone. So I don't even know if I'll actually be able to do anything with this side the same way. It's completely rotted out underneath the stickers. I mean, it's gone. So I mean, the carburetor is looking pretty much sent. I don't know. We'll get it down in the basement on the table at some point. Check her out and see if she runs, or at least turns over. I don't even know. Who knows? Yeah, if you want to call that oil, who knows the thing. We'll see. We'll put it that way. We'll see. But good thing is the weed eater runs great. So it was worth every penny. So and I got some people waiting on to see some work on the K5, K20. That will be coming up too. Just having a rough time with it right now for my hours changed at work. I go in at dark, I come home at dark. When you go this time of year, it's in the 20s, it's dark, so it makes it a little hard to get time to work on it. But I promise you it's coming, and I cannot wait to get these two trucks out. So we got, you know, the K5 and the K20, and oh, it'll be a blast once we get them done. But we'll get this, and I think that's the last weed eater I had to work on. So well, I got this one, and I got the yellow mower. We still got to mess with it. This one needs the most work, so I'll probably try to tackle it first and see what happens. But whew, it is cold. And thanks for watching. Anybody's got any comments, please throw them out there. Other than that, I'll let you go. And I promise you, we'll get on the two trucks like ASAP. Tired of seeing them set. And till then, I'll see ya. Thanks for watching.